we should not be clapping yet because we're about to enter another season. And the season we're about to enter is the year pre-election. I know what happens in the year during campaigns. There will be a lot of high expenditure.
You're welcome to the Economy and Politics Conversation. I'm Ottoabasi, Abasiekong. This edition will be focusing on inflation and consumer confidence in Nigeria. And my guest is Mr. Tite Noserime. He's a customer success lead with NielsenIQ. Great to have you on the program.
Good morning, Ottoabasi. It's a pleasure having me.
Yes. Great way to start the new week. Let us begin with Nigeria's headline inflation rate that came out last week, showing that headline inflation has declined to 16.0% in October 2025, which has revealed a significant drop that is ahead of projections of some of the international financial groups that even said we will peak at 18% this year. Does this translate to consumer confidence in the country?
So yes, the numbers are showing that there is a decline in inflation, and that has been occurring consecutively for the past 7 months. Yes, so what does these numbers reflect? So when we look at the numbers, it basically tells us that the economy is rebounding and things are gradually adjusting. And then also, we have also noticed that there is stability in the foreign exchange. And there's improved liquidity. You need dollars, you can get dollars. I was in the bank, I think last week, and I needed some dollars. It wasn't like as it was like 2 years ago that I went to the bank and I said I needed dollars to make some payment. They told me, no, there's no dollars. So these are improvements. Then again, I'm going to use typical examples to illustrate. I do a lot of shopping, personally, because of the nature of my job. I'm a market researcher.
Yeah.
Because I want to keep on top of market trends, I do market visits regularly, so that I can be in touch of reality. And not just that, because I got a lot of reports internally with my team. So when I spot stories that are speaking non-reality, I can flag it. So I'm in touch with the market. I bought a bag of rice for 84,000 2 months ago. And lo and behold, I was in the market again to ask for the same bag of rice. And the wholesale woman who I buy from told me that, I said, how much is the bag of rice? I was curious because I know Christmas is coming and we know the trend in Nigeria, right?
Yes.
Like last year, before Christmas, bag of rice went up. But close to Christmas, like 2 months to Christmas, it went to over 100,000 naira. That was what we went to last year.
Yes.
But if I look at this season versus the season last year, there is improvement. And I believe the average Nigerian and the average consumer can also attest to the fact that prices of certain products, like staple foods, are reduced. Now, should we be clapping for ourselves? Well, I would say, we should not be clapping yet because we're about to enter another season. And the season we're about to enter is the year pre-election. I know what happens in the year during campaigns. There will be a lot of high expenditure, a high demand for Forex, And that will also have impact on a lot of factors. So we should not be rejoicing yet, but we are hopeful.
Okay.
Right, that things are normalizing.
All right, Mr. Tite, you set a very interesting context that compared to last year, you've seen improvement in the price of staple food and several items. So some level of consumer confidence, if I hear you clearly from your market research. So that's why we engage people like you who are on the ground to engage in consumer activities. But of course, you've mentioned the stability in the foreign exchange markets, and the Central Bank of Nigeria has been on the forefront of achieving this. And will be holding its last monetary policy committee meeting for the year this week. So analysts expect a rate cut. But for you, what are the expectations and the impact on consumers? We also know that the central bank governor this week will be speaking to bankers in the last Friday of this month, and of course the dinner, bankers dinner on the direction of monetary policy. But so far, what are your expectations?
As a market researcher, my understanding of monetary policy refers to certain actions that government takes to be able to manage the supply of money into the economy, and then to be able to manage interest rates in the economy with the ultimate aim of stabilizing the economy. I think the central bank has done a great job because there is stability. At some point, I remember when I was traveling to Kenya early in Q1 last year, I needed to buy Forex because I'm not going to buy the local currency because when I get there, I still need to change the money to spend it, right? So I called the Bureau guy who normally supplies us very close to my office, and he gave me the price. He gave me 1,450, and I said, "Give me some time. I need some dollars. By tomorrow, I spoke to my admin manager. I said, okay, any ideas? So, I got across to someone, and then to cut the long story short, the rate went up. I was shocked because what that means is that the dollar I'm going to buy will be reduced because I had a certain amount of money and I needed to raise a certain amount. But we're not seeing that now, right? Even in the black market, the rates are going down. They're going down. So if you want to sell, it's not like last year where the market was very unstable. You can't predict. Today you hear it's 1,500. By the time you go again, it's 1,650. So you'll be having habitations. Even when you have money in your pocket, on your account, you'll be having palpitations. That can I meet the target? And for parents who have children schooling in the US or Europe or in UK, it was a big challenge. I know families that were affected because the exchange rate was very unstable and some people could not just meet up the school fees. So kudos to the CBN. They've done a great job. And we just hope that things will get better. Now, where I'm a bit cautious is because of the forthcoming campaigns for the elections. I just hope the stability we are enjoying now will continue and will not be altered. If that be the case, then we can rejoice that things will get better.
So, Mr. Tite, I just want to ask you, in terms of the rate cuts, do you expect any rate cuts in terms of the interest rates?
I won't talk from the point of view of an expert in that area.
All right.
But from the articles and publications I have read, the expectation is within the range of 100 basis points.
Okay.
That's the expectation. Whether that is going to be true or false, I cannot tell. But that's what I've read in some of the articles and publications.
Interesting, because expectation is that whether it's 25, 50, or 100, there should be an additional rate cuts. But we'll keep our eyes on the MPC meeting, the last one for this year, and how it pans out. So as we approach the end of the year, of course, December is just a few days from now. December, you've talked about festivities, and you've mentioned something which we will talk about now, the outlook for 2026, pre-election year. So first tell us about consumer activity for December 2025. Are you saying clearly, Mr. Tite, that consumers will be very confident to spend this December, and give us the outlook for 2026?
So I will speak from my point of view, because I'm an average consumer. I strongly believe that this Christmas, I will be confident to spend compared to last year. Last year was a little bit reserved. I was a little bit more conscious on what I was spending on, because I did not know what the future or the new year is going to be like. Whether the school fees of the children is going to triple, I don't know. Prior to this period, during that same last year, or the year before that last year, there was the inflation rate went so high, and it was going up and up, to the point that many parents could not cope with school fees. A lot of schools had to increase fees. I'm telling you, some school fees doubled. So a lot of parents were now rationalizing, should I really send my child to that school? Does it really worth it? So I mean, for the average consumer, they are going to be confident to spend, because there's stability, there's confidence that things will normalize. But like I said earlier, the average consumer also will do some element of cautious optimism. You are optimistic, but you want to ensure that you regulate your spending and not go beyond the threshold of overspending.
And the outlook for 2026?
So just before I go to the outlook for 2026, I just wanted to just make a comment regarding that. So December is always known for spending. And one of the trends we have also seen is the people coming from diaspora coming home to spend their dollars, their pounds, sterling. So there's going to be a lot of injection of forex into the economy. And who are going to be the beneficiaries? FMCG will benefit. The hospitality business will benefit. Hotels, restaurants, fast consumer goods, fast foods, quick service restaurants are going to be beneficiaries, right? Even the average family man that has an uncle or auntie will get something. So, like they call it Dirty December, entertainment also is going to boom, and it's going to benefit from this economy this end of the year. So for 2026, so like again, some of the projections that we have read both from global financial institutions and local institutions, we're expecting that the inflation rate will be between 17% to 19%, and there will be continuous gradual recovery for the average consumer in terms of their purchasing power. Now, the thing that has not really changed that much is the income level of the average Nigerian citizen. Some may have gotten increases, but the increases were not as high as the inflation rate. So you can imagine the inflation increases like 20-something%, and your employer is giving you 5% increase. You see the gap. There's a wide gap. And you will not blame them. How are they profiting? How much are they making that they can be able to plow back into increasing salaries? It's not that easy. A lot of businesses struggled in the last 1 to 2 years just to survive. Some had to reduce staff strength. Some had to cut down on use of diesel generator, went into solar somewhere. A lot of things. When things get so hard and bad, people begin to think the process. And we Nigerians, we are very resilient. We are tough skinned. And that's why Nigerians are known for surviving and thriving everywhere they go. Because that is our nature. That's how we are wired. We are strong, we're resilient, and we can weather the storm. So Nigeria, average citizen, obviously will be expecting a more stable economy. Their confidence also increase. And I think those are just the basic things.
Yes.
We expect to see in the new year.
And plus what you earlier asked.
One other thing.
Okay.
Again, from my own side, retail, which is a part of FMCG, we continue to expand, continue to grow, because people must eat, people must consume. That is just the reality.
All right, thank you very much, Tite. And plus what you said earlier about pre-election year, high expenditure, and how that will really shape activities, those are things that will also shape the economy and, in effect, impact how consumer behavior would look like. So retail will be key. So we'll keep a track on that. And you talked about inflation. Inflation is currently 16% October. So we are looking at it may be declining, but you are saying that it may get, based on reports, end at 17 or 18% in 2026. That will be something we'll track. But I see it decelerating, but let's see what factors may make it go to that level in 2026. Well, very interesting conversation, and good to note that the average consumer looks confident for December, because December is a month to reflect on. But let's look at it. Yeah, I mean, interesting insights from you. You want to say something?
If I may ask you,
okay,
if I may ask you to Ottoabasi, you're also an average consumer. How do you feel when you go to the market now?
Yeah, compared
I just want to sample your opinion.
Yeah, compared to last year, I mean, normally I'm the one asking the question, what last year spent about 100,000 to buy a bag of rice, and this year we're looking at 60,000 basic. That's an improvement, but again, we have to look at the factors. And does this reflect the entire populace? Because we are a huge population. If the majority of the population are excited about December spending, that's a good one. So there again goes the whole data and the insights. Yeah. So we'll keep a track on that. Of course, here in Web TV, consumer behavior for December. And what we wish is that everybody can spend something and smile and be happy with their families. That's critical.
Exactly.
So if we say inflation is decelerating, it should have impact on the citizens. That's critical.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tite, Noserime. A very interesting conversation. Customer success lead, Nielsen. You guys do a lot of market research and insights, and we hope to get some of those reports and insights in ProShare to lock them and see how they impact the economy. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you so much.
To our viewers, you've listened to the conversation. So is the average Nigerian consumer ready to express confidence for December spending? Let's see how it goes. And of course, 2026 is a pre-election year. How would that shape the consumer behavior? We'll continue to monitor that. And of course, this conversation should give you much insights as we continue to analyze and look at trends as it affects consumers, especially as we see inflation decelerating. If you want to get further insights on this, visit the ProShare website displayed on the screen and follow our social media platforms on WebTV to engage. Till we come your way again, keep tabs with socioeconomic developments around you. I'm Ottoabasi, Abasiekong. Thank you for watching and bye for now.